Alright, got that sway bar set up, semi-mocked up where it's going to go. I mean, it's got, what, 1.5 inches, 2 inches from that oil pan. I have to remove that sway bar anytime I got to remove the oil pan, it looks like. But I just got to figure out exactly where I'm going to mount it. It's a 16-inch arm on that sway bar. I got exactly 16 inches back from dead center of the bar. I may have to move it back just a little bit more. I'm going to make a couple phone calls, make sure I'm getting it where I need to get it right. But it's coming along. So just got done welding up my sway bar. Before I go ahead and throw it on the scale, it seemed a little heavy. 32.4. Not too bad for the first time ever building anything like this. I'm pretty happy with it. Alright, just got the sway bar mounted up. Everything fully welded. A little hefty. Everything clears just fine. Once I have all my links tacked up, it'll fall in place. Right now it slides back and forth. But there's some sway bars. Turned out pretty well. Debating on putting one on the front end. I just heard they ride a little rougher with 2 of them on it. So I may just put it on, test it out. If it don't work out on the front, I'll just pull it right back off. But that's what I got going on. I just got to build my little tie rods to go in between. Alright, got the rear sway bar mounted up. Got the PVC mocked up, that way I can go ahead and order my DOM tubing. As soon as all that comes in, I'll be able to have that rear sway bar fully finished. It's coming together pretty nicely. Everything's going to miss the shocks. We'll have a smooth transition all the way up to the top. That's what I got going on right now. Shoot, I may go ahead and start working on that transmission mount right there. Mock something up for that. Alright, so I gotta build a transmission mount for this Turbo 400. Gotta make it removable. So let's see what we can come up with. Alright, so I got 4 4-inch brackets. Use those to bolt it in place. So this is what I end up coming up with. Drilling some bullet holes. There's my bracket. Alright, got all 3 brackets made. Got the Turbo 400 transmission mount. Got my 2 side mounts made. All we gotta do is make the center bar for it, and we got us a bracket. Alright, so this is what I came up with. We'll see how well this bracket holds up. Go get her fitted in, welded up. Should be good to go. Alright, just got the transmission bracket built. All welded up. Ready to rock and roll. So I've gotten quite a few questions and concerns about the transmission bracket. Went ahead and pulled it out because I had to do a full weld around the part for the bushing. It is welded. You got 2 bolts to run through. I mean, I'm no professional. Just a jack of all trades and a master of none. But good enough to get by. So this is the way I'm mounting the bracket. Just slides right up underneath there. Everything lines up just fine. And that's all I'm putting on it on the bottom. So I managed to get the bed in here today. Went ahead and pressure washed her off. Been sitting outside the shop for about a half a year now. Got her all cleaned up. Got to cut a big old hole out the center of this sucker, just like I make this motor fit up through it. So tonight's episode, we're going to be cutting off those little fender well brackets and any other little thing I'm not going to be needing anymore. Should be pretty fun. Alright, just fired up the bourbon. About to go pick up a drive shaft, so I ordered whatever. I dropped them off. Have them built. Had all my parts except for the tubes because you can't hardly get the tubes right now. But we got plenty of room back here for them for the front and rear drive shaft. So I'm en route to the drive shaft shop now. Gonna go down there, get both the front and rear drive shafts. Gonna go over to the industrial bolt supply shop, go pick up a bunch of grade 8 bolts for that front sway bar setup and for both drive shafts to be able to get all hooked up. Once we have that, we should have everything we need for the truck for the most part. Still got to get a couple radiator hoses, some brake lines, little stuff, you know. But we should be pretty good on everything else. Got some rain coming. I need to hurry up get these drive shafts out. Alright, got the drive shafts installed. Running 1410 joints on it. DOM 3.5 tubing. Was it 083 wall? The least amount of angle I could get out of them. This is at running height, halfway up the shocks. So right now I got it 8 inches high out of a 16-inch shock. The truck is smaller than Suzuki Samurai. That's why I have so much of an angle. Nothing I can really do about it unless I got a 24-inch drop transfer case, which that wasn't the intention originally because I was only going to run 44s till a good friend of mine cut me a hell of a deal on some 60s and some decent halves, and the whole plan changed. So this side's going to be running. But those drive shafts came out awesome.